only about literally 10 minutes ago. So I'm already out on my pond though, as I said. A good few of the live streams, my New Year's resolution was to go out for a bit of a pond though, for 30 minutes. And that's what I said with this evening. It's a nice evening. Last week was good and this week's given good too. So I said I'd just live stream a bit. Just so I'm out in my pond though. I just came down here to sit for a few minutes. Literally just after getting home. Quite literally just after getting home. Like literally. Not even in the door. And I'm out. Because see, it's either now or never. Because you see, because I was something got me hat. The one thing I got before I left and was getting a hat before. Because, you know, I'm burned nearly all day because the heat is serious. Especially because we were doing a good bit of strumming. We were strumming a good bit of around signs and stuff this morning. And then midday and stuff. So there was a lot of kind of strumming, and obviously the heat was atrocious. Along with the strumming and stuff, that was atrocious. Assuming you can hear me and stuff. See, with these phones, I'm not used to live streaming. I'm used to my computer and stuff like that. Give me a second, sorry. So you have to bear with me, I suppose, with this. But yeah, it's nice. Not even like, look at that. Like literally no cloud in the sky, nowhere to be seen. Like not one cloud. Like literally, look at that. Like literally not even one. Like not one anywhere. Not one cloud. It's hard to see the phone because it is that bright that it's literally hard to see. And I wouldn't mind. I have to brighten this literally up sky high. And I still can't even see it. So I don't know if that's my problem or is that just Hello Fiona, I can barely see your comment, but hello, I can see it. We had to cut off for Cork and Kerry. No, see, the problem was I seen your comment when I was on the bus there. No, it's just the way I zoomed in on it, you know. In terms of the screenshot, you can zoom in and stuff like that. I didn't realise at the time. I only seen it there when you said about it. Can't talk, no bother, I'll chat to you later. We'll be only probably live for a few minutes, so we're not going to be too long. It's just kind of chilling a bit. So there's not going to be too much. It's kind of just the woods off kind of thing. These branches are everywhere. So there we are. Corkers will be offended, yes, exactly. Micheál Martin will be very upset. Anyway, we'll go up a bit more maybe. Let me see, I had to get out of this pocket here. I'll probably end up falling in. See, it's hard with these, these branches come out. Should have wore boots. Let me see, move up a bit more. We look at this bit of a waterfall. If I can see where I'm going. I can't even see anything. But not in general, but the sun is that bright on my phone. It is desperate to see stuff. Let me see. I had to try and kneel down because seeing me prayers in here. Oh, it's not that slippery. I often was down here and it was worse. Like it's not too bad. And anyway, it's not too bad anyway because the water's down very low. Like the water was all the way up to the top there a few weeks ago. Now it's literally like you probably could walk across it, but obviously it would probably slip. I walked across it a good few times that time. When I showed just the picture the other day of the fish and stuff, we caught this around here. It was a bit all up there. But you can walk over this, yeah? You can walk over this. But you need wellies. Yeah, that's what you need. Because it's alright, because the shoes, I had my boots on earlier on, I could have walked across. Like boots are do either. But you need wellies or boots. That's what you need. So how are we doing today? How's our Mondays going? Are we all having fun today? First day back at work. But it's good weather. I suppose if you're in an office, it's not good weather. Because you want to be outside and doing things. Why is this like that? Why is that? But literally look at the sky. It's like literally not even a cloud in the sky. It's lunacy. It's very good. It's like, ooh. Move over to this. Oh, try not get stung by bees too, preferably. So yeah, it's not going to be too long. It's just kind of tricking about. We'll go for a little pond in a second. We're just trying to chat for a few minutes. fall in. No, we won't fall in by it. We don't want to go down. But even though we wouldn't, it'd be just wet. But I'm not that fond of getting drowned. I just turn up the brightness a bit. Hello, Woody. Woody, I think it is. How are you doing? Good evening. A good day, I suppose. You would say good evening too. It's kind of fun. Hope we're well. It is fine weather. Like literally, where's the camera? Like literally not one cloud in the sky. Ooh, there we are. Sorry, I wouldn't go there for a second. Like quite literally not one cloud in the sky. Like literally nothing. The sun is blinding me, so I won't turn that way. Then one day, yes. Like quite literally not one cloud anywhere to be found. And it's really nice here. I don't know if you've seen this. Oh, I'll get up again. Nice little waterfall. Now it's a bitch now, the waterfall in this way, and the weather is not nice. Sorry if I can't see. It is quite hard to see in terms of the brightness, because it's that bright. It is hard to see, especially with the sun. The sun's just beaming down. So yeah, I was swimming all day today pretty much. We were doing around science and stuff like that. I'm sure it was around 12 o'clock. The heat was serious. We were nearly, I think we were all nearly dead swimming. Because the heat was just atrocious. Especially because we had big shields on and stuff like to protect our eyes and stuff like that. And then obviously the harness for the swimmers and stuff like that. It was basically torture. But yeah. But we got it done anyways. But it was a lot of heat and a lot of suffering today. That's what I So that's what that was, anyway. But anyway, how are we doing? Are we enjoying the weather? We're having a good time with the weather. We go for a bit of a ponder. What time are we at? Yeah, so literally I got off the bus from work, got my hat, threw off my work gear, and that was pretty much it. So straight away I came out. Because see, usually I go for my walk straight away as soon as I come home from work. Because if I don't go straight away, as you know, I said I go 30 minutes a day for a bit of a ponder, as a New Year's resolution, I suppose. And just usually I leave the phone at home, like I don't bring the phone with me and stuff like that. But today I decided otherwise. It is a bit zippy here and there. Mind God. See. See. There we go. But it's nice just to sit and chill and watch the go by. It is really nice at some stage just to sit and chill. I don't think we appreciate it. I don't think we notice this as a society, that we don't really take the time to just look around us, I suppose, and sit down and watch nature flow by. You were always, that's what I was just about to say. I don't see any fish. But I say there is loads of fish. But it's just hard to see them. I don't see any of them jumping. They could be jumping. It would be a great spot here to see the fish. The other side would be better. But yeah, you can see the moon behind me too. The moon's over there for some reason. I just noticed that earlier on before when I was getting off the bus. Now let me see. We'll go down a bit further. You can see me. You can see me. I have to bend down this so you can see me. Right, time to get back up this embankment. Oh, holy. So there could be many other kinds of fish. There's big fish, and there is actually big fish over here. This river, you'd be surprised. Bringing the buyers with me. We'll go down to another spot. No, we're not throwing the hat in the river. This hat, actually, when I bought it, it must be nearly 9 years. It's 9, it must be longer maybe. It could be longer, I don't know. But I paid for this hat. It was something like 40-50 euro. So it's an expensive enough hat. Like, it was a lot of money, is what I was doing. It's not the money part, it's the fact that you can't really find these hats nowadays. Like the exact ones. Not to mention that'd be little in offence. And I'm not too happy with a €150 fine if we're doing it. You know. We'll see if we can see any wats. Let me see, can we see any fish around here? See cobwebs, but that's about it. Yeah, there's other spots like I know that you would guarantee see fish jumping like in the air. Because there's too many lakes around here. What is this? Sorry, as soon as I go live, it happens. Any frogs? It probably is. I often heard you can hear them at night time more or less. You can hear crickets and stuff like that here around here at night. Don't think there's any frogs. You see, years ago you see more frogs than you do nowadays. Just kind of looking around. I'm afraid to stand in one, to be honest. Not that I'm afraid of them, mind. Just if I don't want to crush them, because it can easily happen that you come across one. Should have wore probably gloves, but I didn't have I put my gloves down with the rest of my gear. There's a little island there. I was on it once before. Like there's a bit of land there, along with the trees. It's interesting enough, but you wouldn't. It's deep enough. Like it's up to your neck, I suppose. Well, not to your neck, but definitely to near your shoulder. That bit of water. But I was on it back in the day. It was one good summer. When the river was so low, like literally the river was so low. It was only about 3 or 4 years ago. Well, literally was only up to my shin. It wasn't up to my shoulder. So if it ever like that again, it's still a bit too deep. But I was on it once before, yeah. There's not much there. It's just kind of just saying I was on it. There's nothing really there. It's just trees. That's where the shrubbery and all that. So that's really it. You can see the damage that was done. This is a water station. This is a water station, like for the water, purified water and stuff, for the sewage system too. All these trees fell during the storm. There was a huge damage done here due to the storm. So there's a huge amount of trekking about. So it's a bit shady over here. But yeah, there was a huge amount of damage. All these trees, half of them collapsed, other half, the tops fell at them. As you can see, some of them still fell a bit. But that's about it. I see. See. What's the play? What's which what? What's a play? Which place? Which what? Sorry. See, the best thing would have been to bring boots. What I was wearing earlier on, I should have just worn my boots instead of changing my boots. It would have been ideal, because I could go places that usually won't be able to go. These shoes are not. They're running shoes more than kicking things out of the way shoes. Yeah, it's lovely weather. Not too many. There's usually swans. You see oftentimes swans about here. It's actually some swans you come across now and again. But none of them are around today. There's some geese too, you can see. Well, we wouldn't go near the geese because the geese are, you don't want to fuck around with geese. Geese are how dangerous it was. That's some kind of sack or something. I don't know what that is. Not really much wildlife around here to show you. I know where you are. Geez, that's a threat, isn't it? But no, there's not much animals. I thought there'd be a few things hanging about. There's a fisherman down there. We won't go any closer because there's a fisherman. You can see him down the bottom. We won't disturb him. We don't. Imagine I'm a YouTuber. Can I annoy you? Even though he probably wouldn't give a shit. Push you into the river. That's nice. Even though a lot of people would be swimming today. Like a lot of people go swimming in this good weather. They won't annoy the fisherman that's down there. I was going to bring you down that far. But no, not annoying. Uh, See, a lot of French people come here to fish, and German people too. So, I don't know, he could be a tourist. See, Cavan has a lot of tourists, and that's the majority of the tourism in Cavan is people like literally from Germany and France and other countries coming to fish. How long are we like? 15 minutes, yes. Doesn't feel like 15 minutes, but it is 15 minutes. You're safe. That sounds vaguely again. Yeah, it was a cold morning. Yeah, it was nippy this morning. I had a jacket on this morning. Like, I was going at 8 o'clock to walk, and I had a jacket on it because it was nippy. It wasn't warm. So that was the story, but it warmed up then straight away. So, but yeah, no, definitely in the mornings. But usually when there's a ground frost, because that's what it was this morning, it's a good day after that. Like usually after like a ground frost, because it was very frosty this morning. But then after that, it's a good day, as you can see, there's literally not a cloud in the sky. There's a bit of a cloud over there, but that's about it. Night time it's cold, yeah. But see, as I say, that shows a good sign of a good day. If it's that kind of weather, like cold, stuff like that, like frosty and stuff like that. Well, not frosty, but what would you call it? I don't know what you would call it, but you know. Let me see. I'm just trying to see if there's any swans or anything about. There's literally nothing about. And I wouldn't mind, there's literally swans and stuff out there. Cold night, yes. But no, I can't say how good the weather it is. But it's a bitch to walk outside all day. Like, I'm out in the heat all day. And it is a bitch. You can feel it at the night time. I probably will have sunburn and stuff like that. Because no, they don't really. Years ago they used to come around here more, but nowadays not really. So sorry, but I hit the wrong button there for a second. So hit the wrong buttons. See, it's how to live stream on the phone. It isn't easy. So we're just going to see can we see any swans and stuff. Would you believe when I watch them, they're not here? And usually they're always floating about, and then when you watch them, they're never here. Let me see now. Try and get down here now without falling. The other side probably would be better. See, if I had my boots on, it would be a lot easier. See, I'm getting old. Oh, try not falling. Let me see where I am. Sorry. I do. There we go. How are we doing on the water level? During the width of this was serious. It was all flooded. 2 meters. Is that 2 meters or something? Something like that. Let's see. Now, let's see. Make it across. Probably not. I probably shouldn't chat because I end up falling in and that'd be the end of me. But, yeah. If you're going to see fish, you would see it definitely here. A lot of people fish this part of it. So just trying to see. It's hard to see the comments and stuff like that in the way. See, it's a good complaint, I suppose, in the way, because it's that bright you can't literally see the comments. So yeah, jumping over the walks and stuff. Yeah, I know I'm not as good as I used to be, especially especially when you're walking all day with strimmers and stuff like that. I'm a bit cramped because I don't know if you know, but it's the harness for the strimmers. You know the way you put on a harness, like literally you're literally bent over a bit because it's literally it more hurts you than helps you because it's supposed to protect your back, but you literally kind of slumped over all day because of it. So I'm kind of fucked. Like in years to come, I won't have a back because of it, because I swear that'll be the death of me. These strimmers and harnesses. His Moo game, yes, exactly. I don't do as many Moo around here, unfortunately. If you were to see anything, if you were to see any animals, hares and stuff, you often see rabbits. There's a good few rabbits hanging around here, but I can't see any. You see them hopping around here. Like, it's all kind of wild there. Wild animals. Foxes too, you come across some foxes, but not now, obviously. Night time you see some foxes wandering across. So trying to see any animals. There's nothing. Imagine literally, and if I didn't want to show you anything, that'd be all flying about here. No, not even one swan. That's a terror. That's a disgrace. There's not one. Like literally not one swan or anything. It's crazy. And usually there's just fucking too many. So, excuse my language. Should we go down this way? We'll spin down this way and have a look. Yeah, you'd be going to bypass here, yeah. But back in the day, as you know yourself, that was the only bridge. There was no bypass at the time. All the traffic going to Northern Ireland came through here. An interesting enough yoke, however. I don't know if you can see that. Just speaking about all the traffic back in the day. Pass was built, the bridge that we just went under there a second ago. The 90s or something like that, sometime in the 90s. So this obviously road was the old Butter Bridge road. So this led into Northern Ireland. This was pretty much the only way for a long distance to Northern Ireland back in the days. So this is a World War II bug gun. The Irish Army built these. See, there was a checkpoint here back in the day. They had plans to blow the bridge up if the British... It was more the British than the Germans. If the British ever invaded. And that was that. That was the bug gun. But yeah. So it's there's not many of them left in the country. Like a lot of them were demolished and got rid of. But this one was always kept. It's not too bad a state. I was inside it many times. Never knew about it. Cool. Yeah, this is an old army, but they had the ammunition. That was the ammunition storage for the machine guns. They would have machine guns coming out of this, because obviously the reason why this was built, because if the British came to see the bridge, that was the old bridge. That bridge was the only way in and out to Northern, and they would stop the British for a while. It wouldn't stop them completely, but stop them for a while to stop them from going across, because obviously it was a straight road, so pretty much that to take this but the plans were, if the British ever came, they would blow the bridge up and they kind of hold the British here, because that was the main bridge. There was no bypass or anything, so that was the main bridge for nearly, I think it's 30 miles or something. Then the next bridge they could cross, pretty much. But yeah, there would have been machine guns here placed out of it. The Irish Army. This was built to stop the British basically if they invaded during the Second World War. It's the only kind of, there's not many of them left in the country. And this one's in quite good condition. I wish I'd be able to show you inside. I was in it before back in the day. I have actually a video of it. But unfortunately it's Seen better days, I suppose. That's what. But it is an old thing. It's 80 years old. Actually, sorry, not 80 years old. It could be more than 80 years old. Yeah, it's about 80 years old, but it's about 84 or so years. Because this was built in just at the end of 1939. The war was barely started, like the Second World War, and this was again to stop the Germans, to stop the British if they invaded. Like there would have been another. I think somebody said there was another one the other side, but that was long gone. I think because they would have had two, and then obviously they would have had the war blocked, like a checkpoint, I suppose. But that was what that is. So a lot of people don't recognise it. They think it's just an old farm structure, but no, it is a bunker. It is a World War II bunker, like for the army, not an civilian bunker, but that's what it is. Yeah, I was just literally back to when I literally started this live stream. But yeah, the other part was the ammunition, and obviously this was for the guns and stuff. And obviously there would have been a blast door. When I moved here to Butters Bridge first, there was a big iron door, like a big huge iron door there. But that's long gone. I think somebody, I don't know, I don't think they took it, but I think somebody kept it as, for safekeeping. But that's what that was. But yeah, the ammunition would have been in the back. That's what they would have kept the ammunition and grenades and stuff. Because again, this was the only road into Northern Ireland back in the 40s and stuff. And even before that, this bridge over there, this is the old Belturbet Road. That bridge there would have been built just about the famine times or so. So this would have been the only bridge for miles. What's the story with the new building with the playground? Oh, you're talking about the playground down here, the thing. It's an extension to the playground. Like, it's not the playground, but the creche. It's an extension to the creche, as far as I know. Yeah, so it is a creche. It's an extension to it. It's quite busy. A lot of people from the town come out here to bring their children here for some reason. Don't know why. I think it's not a public one. It's like a private, so you're paying for it. Try and knock your one down. Yeah, it is a pretty big extension. But see, a lot of children are going to it, as I say. Like, it's a huge amount of children recently have gone to it. So an interesting thing about these signs. And I said this one was the other one, so maybe the structure that. Try not get one down. The daffodils are coming up a bit now. One came up. Is that even showing it? Yeah, no, it's there. One came up out of the whole lot. And I dug up all these and placed them down here, along with other people too. So, yes, this one here is not properly into the ground. Pretty much if you pushed it over, you could easily push it over, because it's not, you can see it's wobbling literally for me pushing it. I probably shouldn't have pushed it like they did. But yeah, that could fall. You probably say it's because of storm damage and stuff like that. It isn't. This is the way they put it. They didn't properly put it in. Typical County Council, of course. They didn't properly put it in. So it's a huge thing, and I've been on to them 6 or 7 times. Because somebody could literally push it. You've seen it there, it was wobbling. And it's still wobbling a bit. You can see it's still wobbling a bit from me pushing it. So. Damn, my battery's dying literally from just live streaming and stuff. What time are we at? Half. We'll go for another few minutes anyway, so why not? Fortress area, no pillars, yeah. But no, there was more around here. There was more fortifications, like from the Second World War around here. Because the reason why, again, that was not to stop the Germans. That was to stop the British from coming. He's talking about farming. I've seen a lot of his videos the last few days. He's on about the solar panels. Now, I'm not an expert in solar panels, so I can't really say much about them. I know a bit about them, don't know much now. So. So the last live stream I done here, I was still on with the same thing. We're trying to get new signs. Now this is a hard mess of a sign, but you can't get these signs anymore. They're good quality signs, but it's well needed. They need to get new ones because it is well fucked. Like this is here nearly 40 years. This sign, so it should probably be replaced and updated a bit. But sure, there's no money, as they keep saying. There's no money. Yeah, to be totally honest, even though I'm from Cavan and stuff, I know bits about farming. Usually, you have to talk to other people when it comes to farming with different things. But he knows his stuff. Obviously, him being a farmer, he knows it. He knows a good bit about everything. A bit about everything. Let's call it that. So try get knocked down. Because this bit of the road is a bitch. Some of these cars are going over the speed limit. Village of Santa, yeah, of course, we should do that. That'd be a lot better than what the councils are doing now. But, this road obviously was the old Bartobo road. This car is flying, that one's definitely flying. But the thing with this road here, this was the old Bartobo. This is the way, really pretty much the main way in from Cavan into Northern Ireland back in the day. Then obviously the bypass was built over there in the 90s and so. But this poor man was knocked down and killed here on a motorbike, sorry, yeah, in 1993. So, a lot of people died in this road before, because this was this road was a hellhole before the bypass, because all the traffic used to just come this way from Northern Ireland because there's no other way, there was no bypass. So it's really a blessing too. A lot of people give out about the bypass around here because it took a lot of business away from Buttersbridge, as Brian would know himself, because people bypass Buttersbridge and go to straight through the bypass. I don't know who you are, but hello. See, that's just the thing. So it's crazy stuff. I tell you, the amount of cows. See, it's 5:30. A lot of people coming home from work. I should have probably wore a reflective vest, but I wouldn't mind a truck at all. So that's my fault. So we'll go for a bit of a pun. Yeah, there's a lot of people, unfortunately, died in this road around that time. Because again, all the traffic was on this road. No, the bypass is there now. So. Right, Chris, yeah, I know, don't worry, I'm experienced on the roads. I know that probably come back to haunt me. But no, I have a lot of experience on the road and stuff. Like, I was in a lot more dangerous situations. Like, you should see some of the side roads I'm on. Like, some of the side roads, this is a main road. But some of the side roads are a death trap. Like, it's a miracle how I haven't been killed 6 or 7 times. Like, in some situations, because it was that desperate in some situations. I don't know much about the man. I remember my father knew him back in the day. I knew his father. And that's how I knew about him. So I can't really remember. I remember moving here, my father telling me about it. But see, it's hard to remember everything. I was told a lot of stuff back in the day about Buttersbridge around this area. It's just hard to remember it all. Be careful, don't kill this person. This cow's coming with some kind of speed. There's a bus coming too, so great stuff. So we let the bus go. Yeah, see, yeah. Some of them I should have probably wore reflector, but which was too bright, I suppose, to wear reflector. Wouldn't mind in the dark evenings and stuff. You could wear some. There you go, Anna. So you know it's a death trap, this part of the road. Now we not go out in the bypass because the bypass is even bigger death trap. Like all these roads are death traps. See, they were poorly designed. Back in the day, when this road was designed, like careful this cow doesn't kill a person. But back in the day, these roads are poorly designed, like extremely poorly designed. Like they never thought about the amount of cows. It's the same for Cavan town. It's only one way straight up the town, the main street in the town, because they never thought, after looking at the plans from back in the 40s and even the 30s too, they never thought about loads of cows. They only thought about horse and cow. They never thought outside the box. So that was the thing. So that's what happened. Yeah, he's on the other side of Cavan. I'm in the middle of Cavan. He's over towards Mead, Kingscourt, up that direction. So he's a bit away from me. He's a kind of bit away. Not too far, but he's a good bit away still. I'm in West Cavan. He's in the East Cavan, yeah. A different municipality. See. The Scourge and Irish Society. Now, I was just saying about the litter there, stuff like that. You can barely, I have to say, I don't know how the councils did it back in the day, because it's insane to see how much, I could put you around some beautiful spots in Cavan, and unfortunately this is the reality, a lot of it, that it's all just kind of messed up and fucked up, and unfortunately they don't do the work anymore. As simple as that, and it's just there's no will to do it in the councils. That's as simple as that. Yeah, Val Martin did very well. I knew he would do very well in the election. Like, he did very well. Yeah, people had more respect, but it wasn't even that. There was many people, like, take for example, I keep saying hundreds and hundreds of times over, but take for example, there was about maybe 600 people in the council, like, doing what I'm doing at the moment, cleaning up and sweeping up and doing things, like general tidiness. Back in, this is just in the, not too long ago. But see, when all of them were tired, they didn't replace them. It's the same nowadays. See, when I retire too, they're not going to replace me. There'll be nobody to do my job because they're going to get rid of it. So, it's the same with the majority. There's two men in the town, like the old town council. They got rid of the town in 2008. So they're talking about when them two men go in the council, in the town, they're basically going to have nobody in the town designated to do it. So it'll be up to the people to volunteer. But that's what's going to happen. That's the county councils nowadays. But years ago we had so many men. It's the fact that there's no men nowadays. There's only, out of them 500 men, right, they were in the 80s or so in the council, just doing this and doing the roads and stuff like that. Nowadays there's barely 100. There's barely 100. That's what I'm saying. So it's a huge drop in manpower, you know. And it's a big county, you have to remember too. It's not a small county. But that's all there is. And they don't want to employ anybody. But it's ludicrous. It is, when you really sit down and think about it, it is ludicrous. There was less money in the country years ago, and they were able to give people full-time jobs. Like back in the 80s and even the 70s and the 60s, you know, a job on the council, like walking on the roads and stuff like that. My grandfather used to work on the council back in the day in the 60s and stuff. And it was good money back. It was really, really good money. 650 euros, like, nearly take home back at that point. It was very good money in the 60s. Like, one of the best jobs you could get back then. In Irish punt, it was punt at the time. But it was a really good job. Like, you had a big pension out of it. Like a huge pension. But again, these were good quality jobs, and again, they don't want to pay anybody. But just think about this. This is supposed to be the Greenway. You probably heard me talk about it hundreds of times. This is the Greenway. They're talking about building the Greenway from Cavan Town, which is way over there, to Clonus, which is that direction. So this is going to be the Greenway, pretty much whenever they get around to doing it. So that's going to come. So we'll probably do it eventually when they do it. Yeah, some of the, like, this road's not too bad. There's some roads I could show you now. You know, I don't think you believe there were roads if I showed you them. But that's what it's about, I suppose. What is this doing? So this is supposed to be the Greenway. I'll show you this side. Sorry, there's not too much interest. I'm just showing you. This used to be the old railway line to Cavan to Clonus. So the old railway line was over there. I could show you now what I'm talking about, actually. Do you want me to go and show you? There's no railway bridge I could show you. Well, not really, but I could show it to you. It's better to show you than explain it. But it's but this is what it's supposed to be here. No, not the railway bridge, but that's what it's supposed to be. Like the Greenway, I suppose. Which it hasn't even started yet. They only built the bridge. Careful, I don't get knocked down. Show you what I'm talking about. You can still see me now. Hello, Ben. Good evening. How are you doing? I think everything just my whole live stream didn't work there for that. What the fuck's a Greenway? Pretty much like you just seen there. Like, you know, water, and you can walk along it and cycle along it. That's what it is, pretty much. And loads of nature and stuff. That's pretty much what it is. How am I? I'm not too bad, Ben. How are you? It's good weather, isn't it? But that's what it's supposed to be. Well, it'll take 900 years before anything's ever done. Because it's going to cost millions and stuff to do it. They're talking like all the way from Cavan Town. Listen to this. Cavan Town up to Monaghan Town. Like hundreds of kilometres of fucking walking track. And this is the thing. And I've said it to them before. Councillors. Like, it's all about building these things. Like, it's all about building this Greenway. But who's going to look after it? You know. And this is the thing. I asked this question 3 or 4 times. Who's going to look after the Greenway? Because there's no point building something and letting it go to what to hell. And there's nobody to look after. It won't employ people. So it's lunacy. Hello, Senator. It's a lovely day. Yeah, indeed. Not too bad. It was a bit of a bitch today walking outside, but apart from that, excuse my language, but all the fucking cows are coming now when I'm on the roads. Nearly one, there was nobody. So we'll go up and have a look at this old railway bridge. So there's a lot more things I could show you. Different bits of history around this area. I'll go back to this. So yeah, sorry, it takes a second for the camera to switch. I don't know why it does that, but don't say, oh my god, this movie cat. We're all going to get knocked down. It's a miracle how I haven't been knocked down. Some people are just driving like lunatics. Oh my god. This is busy. As soon as I come out of the fucking place, everybody's like, "Get's going in my ear." Half of the people don't even know who I am with this, in terms that they wouldn't be used to me with just the hat on. At least there's no cow coming behind me. Any blue bells, what? Don't think so. We have a look here. You can hear the boats. Just daffodils. Got daffodils, yeah. Not much. So I don't know why they put a sign here. It's still, I don't get why they put a sign here. I think they were just trying to waste money. Because there's not another sign over the other direction. Like, you see the sign here just in front of us. There's no one on the other side. There usually should be 2. But no. Doesn't make sense. But sure, look, as long as half the things doesn't make sense to do, but you know. Yeah, it's insane, some of the stuff. Yeah, 60 kilometre. But the other one's not there. There's supposed to be 2 on each side, but logic. Hello Gizmo, how are you doing? We could go for a drink, which was not even open. You not know it's not open on a Monday and it's not open on a Tuesday. So that's the problem. So unless we break in. No, we're going to have a look up here. I'm going to show you a bit of history. You have to try and walk with me on this, but I explain it the best I can. Try not get killed, because I nearly was killed here one stage. There's cows come flying down here. Hello Ola, how are you doing? Davis, I knew an Ola Davis in Breffni College. I wonder, are you the person I'm thinking of? Do you like ice cream? Yeah, I like vanilla. Would you believe when I was in Helsinki, for an only vanilla cone, like an ice cream cone, 99, it was €5.60. It was €6 for an ice cream cone in Helsinki. Like, just think of that. Just for an only, nothing on it. Plain cone. So, it was lunacy. But it was... So... Try not get knocked down. Again, it's all about not getting knocked down. Oh, you're from... Yeah, you're the lady that was in my class, yeah. How are you doing, Ola? It's good to see you. Well, not see you, but you know. It's good. How are you keeping? How's things? How's life outside Breffni College? It's good to see you. Hope all is well. We're just kind of out and about. This is a really nice spot here. So this is the old Railway Bridge. The Cavan, what they called, Clonus Railway used to go through here. So this is the old Railway Bridge. So there used to be the railway track used to go down. You can see the line being up in terms of that. You can see the difference. That was the old railway track. There's an old railway bridge all the way down there. But that was what it used to be. That was a railway line back in the day. So you can see the difference. You can see where the trees and you can see the lines. But that was a railway line. Back, not even too long ago, 60s or so. That's when it was. No, you're a bit too mistaken on that one. But no, this is where there's an old railway bridge all the way down there. This is the old railway track and stuff. It used to go, this goes all the way up to Clonus pretty much too. Like a line like that, so. That's what it does. So. Sorry, that woman was just saying hello. So that's what that was. This is a Walter station now. But back in the day, this was a railway line. All the tracks are gone, unfortunately. But this is what this used to be. This is an old bridge. This bridge is 300 years old. They've done it up recently. It was in an awful state there for a long time, but they've done it up. But there's a nice scenery that way, over the trees there. There's so many trees there. Like it's a big, huge forest, that part of them. It's really nice. Give me a second, sorry. Ooh. Sorry, just technical difficulties. Sorry about that, sorry, apologies. Give me 2 minutes. See, that's the worst thing about walking on phones. Doesn't want to walk. Why is that not walking? Sorry, give me a second. Oh, messages, sorry. Yeah, there we are. Sorry about that. See, the worst thing about it is live streaming on phones is a nuisance. Are we still with me? We're nearly an hour here, which is good. It's a bit of a ponder. There we are. More places I could show you, but that's just a bit of history, I suppose. So we head back. Ooh. Spreading so it was the same here, yeah. But sure, look, they have to do it as well. Try not to get knocked down here. See, all the streams about not getting knocked down. No, because people are mad, and I wouldn't blame them, to be totally honest, not for being mad. But you know yourself, after coming from work, like a lot of people just coming home from work, after starting 8:30 this morning, 8 o'clock, and people want to get home for the dinner. So I wouldn't blame people for being mad in the roads. Like some people are just crazy drivers. You wonder how people get licenses. Anyway. Any questions on the history tour? No, but there's a lot more areas I could show you that, a lot more historic and stuff. It's just getting the time. See, if I wasn't walking during the day, that's probably what I would do too on YouTube. Just go around looking at different historical areas of Cavan and stuff and videoing it. I suppose documenting it too. But you're lucky when you know yourself, when you're walking, you haven't got time to do much. Like literally as soon as I come home, threw off the walkie or straight away out to live stream and stuff like that. There's no time in between, I suppose, as far. So no time like the present. I'll show you again about this photo. I know there's not much going on in the stream. And again, it's Monday. I know some people are surprised seeing me live Monday. See, I said I'd do this today instead of Wednesday because something happened Wednesday and we have to kind of just do the usual chatting and stuff like that at the house. There we go. So hopefully somebody's learning something out of it today. That's what. Oh no, what's oh no? You'll have to learn something. Oh no. School days. So, but yeah, no, just to show you other people who wouldn't hear earlier on. This is a World War II bunker, like from the Second World War, called the Emergency at Ireland, of course. But this is an old Irish Army bunker from World War II, 80 years old or so. So historic. There's not many of them left in the country, like that. So that's what it's all about. But it's good that it's preserved because not many of them are preserved. Yeah, no bother, Dave. Chat to you later. We'll probably be going in a second and right too. So let me see. Put this back on. What did I hit? Hit a button by mistake. Hello again, sorry. See, it's hard with these phones to navigate through different things. Try not get that knocked down some little. Sorry about that, everyone. Apologies. See, I went underneath the bridge and the signal lost connection for a second. See, you just lost connection for a second, and that was that. Hello again, sorry. So if that ever happens in Madrid, it's because the connection's lost pretty much for a second. Still hear me and stuff. We're nearly finished anyway, so finished. So you can hear me. Give me a 5 by 5. Hopefully you can still hear me for the moment anyway. After that, then you know. Yeah, sorry about that, everyone. Apologies about that. See, I went underneath the bridge, and for 2 seconds, literally, here I lost coverage. So just let me know if you can hear me. See, this is the worst thing about live streaming and stuff. Outside and stuff like that. Obviously, you can lose signal. Yeah, you can still hear me. Yeah. So yeah, this is a big tree that I think it came all the way from somewhere way upriver or somewhere. I know exactly where it is. It's hard to know the area, but that's where it came from. So it's pretty much here from somewhere. It's a huge clock of a tree. There's another big one somewhere else, like way down there somewhere. So we have to move it at some stage. We have to kind of get rid of it at some stage for sure. It's a big task to get rid of it. But it was a lot better where it is now, because beforehand it was blocking the whole one side of the bridge. But that's the Derrigo Inn here. You probably know this is one of the most famous restaurants in Ulster, not even just in Cavan. That's St. Adrian's Church, of course. There. So we have another look around. We'll be soon finishing in a scary river mod, so of course. But yeah, trying out. It's a bit unsteady here. But there, this is underneath the bridge, out of rocks and stuff. Hopefully we don't lose connection. We could lose connection again, so bear with me. Ooh, don't fall. No, this is nice here, this spot here. Ooh, that bell nearly fight me. 6 o'clock. Like, this is nice here, just to sit here and listen to that. Apart from the bell, as soon as I come in, the bell goes, of course. We're literally just an hour live, which is good timing. This is nice there. But anyway, I think we'll probably leave it there for today. So it was an interesting little walkabout. We probably didn't do much, but it was interesting. That's what happened. So we leave it there. We might do another someday. We'll see how we get on Wednesday. We might do another one. Anyway, thank you everyone. Appreciate it, and I'll talk to you later.